A year, the 17th annual NBA.com GM survey has been released. The NBA's general managers respond to 49 different questions about the offseason behind and the season ahead. So what looks different from last season? Well, 93% of GMs last season thought that the Warriors would win the title, and now only 87% think so.
Only 87?
Okay, so what do you think could have done it? Was it perhaps the 7-game series that the Rockets took them to in the Western Conference Finals?
Well, Kristen, believe it or not, I think some people thought if Chris Paul could have stayed healthy, maybe things could have came out a little differently. Now you add Carmelo, more offensive scoring. Do you bring back the same defensive mentality? Because you lost some very key defensive players from the roster. But the system is still the same. Chris Paul comes back healthy. James Harden is still leading the way, being point, whatever he wants to be. So now, how does Carmelo come in and pick up the defensive mindset, rebound the basketball, and help out with the scoring? And maybe those were the few GMs that changed their mind.
Well, do you think, though, that it's interesting that despite picking up DeMarcus Cousins, who will be healthy at some point midway through the season, they've perhaps gotten better? Why is it that they received less of the vote?
Well, they've gotten better with talent, but some people are still wondering, will Cuz fit in the locker room? Yes, Draymond and Steph Curry, they're all saying the right things. But in the fourth quarter, will Cuz continue to make the right decision? Is he open, or is that extra pass man open? And that's the way the Warriors share the basketball. So there are a few people saying, yes, they are more talented. Yes, they will rebound better. But one thing Kevin Durant picked up right away, this team shares all season long. How quickly will Boogie pick that up?
Okay, Boogie, I'm sure that he would appreciate it.
Yeah, he loved that too.
How about in the matter of most valuable player? Well, LeBron James led the way with 30% of the vote.
Ooh, look at those guys.
Edging out Kevin Durant with 27%. So he played all 82 games last season. He came up short in the NBA Finals and in MVP voting. Do you see it as logical for LeBron to make another MVP push?
It makes sense because now he's going to a new situation, and as he elevates this young team to another plateau, now he's going to get extra votes because they're going to say, how's LeBron James doing it at this age with this young team that's never been deep into the playoffs? Wait a minute, they haven't even made the playoffs yet.
Yeah.
So if they make the playoffs with LeBron James leading the show, he will get extra votes. And some people are saying, why is Steph Curry's name not on that list? Well, maybe because he and KD may cancel each other out.
Okay, well, James Harden and Anthony Davis also got votes. Is there anybody that you would include on that list?
Yeah, I don't understand why Uncle Drew's not on that list. I think people forgot about last year. He was rolling before he got hurt. I think around the 20th game part of the season, he goes down. Now, same situation as LeBron from the standpoint, well, this young team grew up last year without Kyrie. So now Kyrie comes back with the team more confident, seasoned, gone deep into the playoffs. Now his leadership will be key for him to get those MVP votes.
And he's more confident, not just his team, but it takes a lot of confidence to win Rookie of the Year as well. According to the GM survey, it's Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks with 43% of the vote. Last year, Lonzo Ball sat at 62%. With, though, that professional experience under his belt, do you see Luka as a shoo-in as he makes this transition?
I wouldn't say a shoo-in, Kristen, but I'm not mad at the GMs for voting this young man because he will get plenty of opportunity. The numbers should be there. Rick Carlisle is one of the best coaches in our game that takes young talent like this and puts him in good situations to be successful. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how he picks up the NBA game, and then he'll get those votes.
Okay, well, if he's not a shoo-in, who do you think could perhaps sneak in?
Well, New York Knicks fans will make y'all happy. Kevin Knox. I'm sorry, Knicks fans. I love this young man. I had 2 or 3 of his games in Summer League. I've liked what he's done so far in the preseason. Talking to Coach Fizdale, he was the guy they won in the draft. They slipped to the Knicks. So watch him put the ball on the floor, can score many different ways. As he learns how to pick up the NBA defense, I think he's going to sneak in there.
Well, it is easier and more fun than ever to play NBA Fantasy with weekly lineups and head-to-head matchups. You guys can draft your favorite players. You can compete with your friends and get closer to the game. Play official NBA Fantasy at NBA.com/playfantasy. After the break, we're going to look ahead to Thursday's matchups as the NBA's preseason continues. We'll be right back.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Open Court.
I think the hardest thing for us in our jobs is, the unpredictability of when things are going to pop up.
If you can get a real good player in your team, I don't care what city you're in, I think players will come.
There is no doubt about it for me that Victor came into the Indiana Pacers and changed our whole organization.
What you really want to be good is 4 or 5 years from now. That's when the guys in Golden State, they're in their 30s, and LeBron hopefully is out of the league.
GM smell blood, players smell blood. Everybody wants to win. That's what the game is about. It's all about winning.
Open Court Executives premieres Thursday at 7 Eastern on NBA TV. And we've got a doubleheader as the preseason continues. The Pacers and Rockets at 8 Eastern, followed by the Kings and Lakers at 10:30. Then, of course, don't miss Game Time for highlights and analysis right here. So we're still 2 weeks away from the regular season, but we have seen glimpses of the LeBron-led Lakers. We know it'll be entertaining. How productive will it be?
I think it's going to be productive, and I like what Luke Walton's done so far is putting LeBron at the top of the key area and let guys cut to the basket, showing his passing ability. And as long as guys do that, I think they'll be okay.
All right. Well, speaking of entertaining, this is or was the stuff of legends. Now, every single one of us has reason to doubt everything that we've ever believed in. At the buzzer, in 2010, the Orlando Magic's Matt Barnes prepared to inbound the ball against the LA Lakers with Kobe Bryant guarding him. He ball faked. Kobe didn't flinch. I mean, how many times have we seen this?
Man.
Well, late Tuesday morning, the starters, Trey Kirby, tweeted, "Don't watch the overhead angle of the Kobe Barnes no flinch unless you want it to be totally ruined." So what did we do? We watched it.
Yeah, we didn't watch it. Everyone was like, go look. I'm like, look for what? I'm like,
well, the angle from above shows Kobe standing to the right of Matt as he faked it, well, away from Kobe into the open court. Kobe continues swaying.
Right, that's right there in his face, though. That's kind of like,
play.
Yeah, I'm not ruined.
I would, though, like to provide an update because Barnes responded Wednesday telling TMZ Sports it went in his face. He didn't flinch, and I thought that was a dead story.
Yeah, I'm not ruined.
So can we kill it?
I've been, when someone puts I don't care if it's about your shoulders, near your face.
It didn't happen just then when you just tried to do it to me.
We're good. Kobe's Kobe. Oh, whoa. Come on, girl.
I didn't think so. Can you deal with that?
That left jab. My goodness.
He's Dennis. I'm Kristen, and we'll see you
y'all
next time.
later. Hey, with the
Flawless finish.
bobbing, we got me bobbing and weaving on in there. Hey, easy.
Solid.
Hey, easy.
The starters answer the 50 burning questions about the upcoming season. And on Monday at 5:30, they'll discuss and debate who the Warriors' biggest challenger may be in the West. Don't miss it. It's right here on NBA TV. Jabari Parker once said of coming home to Chicago that the stars aligned. But DZ, he was once the second overall pick by the Milwaukee Bucks in the 2014 NBA draft. He's struggled with injury and inconsistency, but still has averaged more than 15 points a game throughout his career thus far. Signed with the Bulls July 14th as a free agent and feeling a bit more confident.
Yeah, the talent's there. It's just a matter of him staying healthy. We know he can get buckets.
Well, Jabari and those new-look Bulls taking on his former Bucks in Giannis Antetokounmpo's first appearance in the Mike Budenholzer era as well.
Yeah, new building they're playing in tonight, too.
That it is. I'm excited to see that one.
Me too.
Brooke Lopez pump fakes. Well, that's Robin, and then dunks on Jabari Parker.
Okay, big fella. We are watch ahead early in the season. This preseason, he's doing that.
3-2 early on, but Giannis doing it all for Milwaukee, as we so often see all season long.
Well, do what you do best. Greek, put the ball on the floor and get to the basket.
Look at this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the left is alive. The left hand's alive.
The mean face.
Oh, that's too early. Is it too early for that?
I don't know. I mean, you know,
okay,
his thing is stay freaky.
Okay.
The Greek freak.
Oh, wait a minute. What? Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah, 1 of 2 from 3.
Shooter's paradise, dare I say?
I think so.
Maybe? I don't know. Oh, no, that's what you do best. That's what you do best. Get to the cup, and that's a poster.
Coast to coast with the dunk. He had 19 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists in this one. Zach LaVine, though, missing. He did come up limping from this one.
Ooh.
Now,
I hope it's not the
left
knee.
the game with a right thigh contusion.
That sounds better.
He did not return to this one. You guys can stay with NBA.com for the latest on his status. The Bucks went on to win at 116-82. And of course, course, Dennis, it's preseason, but what is going through Jabari's mind as he faces his former team?
Well, I think tonight he was forced to some things, playing against his former team, like you mentioned, in Milwaukee that drafted him, and he really wanted to be there knowing that it's right down the road from Chicago where he grew up. But the injuries after injury after injury have held him back. But one thing we've learned about this young man, he's willing to put in the work to get back on the floor so the Bulls have the confidence and still believe in the talent. The talent hasn't lied to us. Like you said, still 15 points in the NBA is still a lot of points and still productive. You got to figure out a way to get those legs to finish up the NBA season so you can continue your career.
Giannis's stat line that I mentioned, by the way, was in 22 minutes. A cool 22 minutes.
Cool
19
22 minutes.
points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 of 2 from 3 as well. I know that he's going to be in that MVP conversation, but perhaps are we rushing over Coach Bud and the Bucks in the Eastern Conference playoff conversation?
Well, one thing we know about Coach Bud, he is going to put this talent in the right situation. Just like he did with the Hawks, he came in and changed the culture around and taught ball movement, player movement. He would do the same thing there in Milwaukee. The question is, he's never had a talent like Giannis who can take over any different points of the game. So how do you teach him how to have great leadership but continue to share the basketball and have good team play?
Are the pieces there then, or if not, what is the final piece to get the Bucks over the hump in the Eastern Conference and to have home court advantage heading into the conference playoffs?
Can you knock down open jump shots consistently all season long? I think picking up a guy like Pat Connaughton, who was playing in Portland last season, if he can knock down shots when he comes in the floor, DiVincenzo, I think you said
yes,
his name?
DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo. I've been practicing on it all summer long.
I like it.
But that young talent, can those guys make jump shots consistently all season long? They have a chance.
You could just call him Dante. That's his first
No,
name.
DiVincenzo.
But DiVincenzo sounds...
DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
I like that better.
I like it. See, that's what we learn at Summer League.
That's right.
We learn how to say everybody's names. So you can't fault it. And the Empire State of Mind.
Ooh, there's my guy
There's
right
your
there,
boy.
baby. There's my guy.
The 9th overall pick, Kevin Knox, and the Knicks in Brooklyn to take on the Nets. Knox getting the tough layup to go. He had 7 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 22 minutes in this game. There's LeVert throwing it down on the other end.
He's another young guy. Is he ready to take that next step of being one of those big-time players in the league?
Alonzo Trier, though, the one to watch in this one, 20 points in the first half alone.
Very aggressive, getting to the rim, playing with confidence.
The Knicks would lead the way by 4 at the half, but Enes Kanter playing well in the post, getting the hook shot to go. Then Lance Thomas driving baseline. It's the wraparound pass to Kanter. He had 22 points and 20 rebounds.
Well, that's what Kanter does. But get that shot out of here.
Spencer Dinwiddie with his shot blocked. Frank Ntilikina on the other end. Trier with the layup plus the foul. He had 25 points in the game. But a tough moment here for the Knicks' second-round pick, Mitchell Robinson. While running back on defense, he would injure his right ankle. Now, he would leave the game and not return. And like I said, stay with NBA.com for the latest on his health status moving forward. The Knicks would go on to win at 107-102. So we move on to no Russell Westbrook, no Paul George, no problem for the aforementioned Lil Goldie.
That means no
Started
Lil
off hot.
Goldie. I think I call him Dennis now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got to call him Dennis now. Dennis with the 3.
21 points.
That doesn't sound right.
And 9 assists in this one.
Come on, Lil Goldie. I like that better.
I liked that too.
But I like the way you're sharing the basketball.
Yeah, he
I
looked
like
for
that.
Steven Adams, and he'd find him. The dunk over Andre Drummond, then yet another, this time the alley-oop. Adams had 17 points and 12 rebounds in this one. The Thunder would lead the way 52-49 at the half. But Drummond taking over in the second half.
Uh-oh, big fella with the steal.
Yeah.
Handle it. Oh!
And the Euro
Drummond
layup.
step.
Okay.
The Drummond.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Stanley Johnson on the miss, but Drummond's there, the rebound, and
Oh, man, just a
Why
man
not?
child.
grabbing
Just
the
a
loose
man
ball.
child.
Again, just doing everything that his team needs here.
I just think if he can stay healthy and continue to grow, it's Detroit and Blake Griffin when healthy could be interesting.
Well, the Pistons win at 97-91. And coming up next, we'll have more from the GM survey, including what they had to say about a potential three-peat. Don't go away.